Good evening, everyone, and welcome to Newton, Iowa, site of the Iowa Speedway. And tonight's Superior Class Auto Racing, Iowa 150. Iowa Speedway, 7/8 mile D oval, opened in 2006, thanks to Rusty Wallace. Kind of a cookie cutter after Richmond, but a little bit bigger, a little bit faster. It's been host the Xfinity Series, the trucks, even IndyCar. And now tonight, it's the next-gen Cup cars of the Superior Class Auto Racing League. Practice just about wrapped up here at the Speedway. Cody Harger once again on top of the charts. Bobby Hamilton Jr. about half a tenth off of that as we get into qualifying here momentarily. Going to be quite the challenge for these drivers tonight, mainly to save tires. This track is fast, but it kind of drives like a short track. Going to be chewing up that right front for sure. I think 45 laps. We've seen guys already have tire failures at that point, some of them even sooner. Have to see how they handle that here this evening. Well, that makes it official here. Practice is over with. We're going to get into qualifying here. See who takes to the track first. Looks like Colt Ansley, possibly. Ooh, Colt Ansley loose off turn 4, crosses the line sideways. Certainly can't fault him for trying to get all he can. To Justin Napier. Justin's got his first lap in, a 23:54 for the 54 machine. Ryan Rose just wrapping up his time at 23:44. Quick's first lap at 23:593 out of the number 2 machine. The Ellen DeVries goes to P4. Real quick though, 23:467, good enough for 8th fastest on the board. Carson Conway out there in the number 82 machine. Track Bar Media, Holler Boys Racing, and Eddie Rose all saying hello in the stream chat. Welcome, guys. First lap for Conway at 24:30, kind of a throwaway. Lap 2 for Carson is good enough for 9th. Quick on the board, 23:479 for the number 82 Popple machine. That's going to about do it here. We're going to take our short break. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to Iowa Speedway. Qualifying in the books, getting ready to go under green here momentarily. Will Jones, though, takes the pole. The number 56 machine, Will Hewitt with Outcast Racing. He'll start second. Starting third, the number 66 of Cody Harger. To his outside, Alan DeFries in the 71. Justin Napier with the Hateful Chicken. Number 54 machine will roll off fifth. Brian Rose to his outside, the number 89 Track Bar Media. Seventh goes to Bobby Hamilton Jr. Eighth, Neil Quick. Ninth, Carson Conway. David Bradford will start 10th. Vincent Short will roll off from the 11th position. Mark Truxell will start 12th. Jesse Bobo made it in time, will start 13th. Thomas McMullen will start from the 14th position. Jason Spear, 15th. Jeff Napier will start 16th. And last but not least, Cole Ansley will start shotgun on the field tonight after an issue in qualifying, spinning turn 4, coming to the line, unable to get a good lap in. That is your starting grid for tonight's Iowa 150. And Will Jones took the pole, but I believe Will actually has an end of line, an EOL penalty to start tonight's race. By and large, due as a win penalty. I believe he's also down a set of tires, I believe. So it's going to be interesting to see how the 56 works the strategy here tonight. Definitely a tough track to be down any tires at all. Ladies and gentlemen, I want to thank you for joining us here tonight at Iowa Speedway. I'm Steve Singer with Holler Boys Racing TV, presenting to you the Superior Class Auto Racing NASCAR Cup Series Iowa 150. Pace car lights are off, getting ready to go under the green flag here momentarily. Pace car hits pit lane, waiting on the green flag.
Green flag.
Green is in the air. Cody Harger in the gas. And Cody Harger starting that number 1 position as a result of Will Jones getting the EOL. Oh, trouble off the second turn. Will Hewitt in the fence. Carson Conway involved. And Will Hewitt gathered it back up. We stay actually under green. Cody Harger with a bit of an advantage over the 54 of Justin Napier. Hot on his trail, though, is the 16 of Bobby Hamilton Jr. The other Hateful Chicken entry. These two have been real near each other lately. Oh, little bump there, maybe some net code. They get away with it. 16 of Bobby Jr. goes down low. Justin up in the high lane, moved the 54 of Justin Napier back to the 3rd position. Debbie Rose in there, love those Track Bar Media commercials. Melinda Lawson Hamilton, of course, cheering on Bobby Jr. Thanks for saying hello. While we're away here, let's take a look, see what happened early that first lap with Carson Conway. Watch the 82 down low. Just starts to get loose. Almost has it saved, real close. Good driving by the 82, not to make that worse than it was and spin it in front of the field. It really was a great save. Probably not what the 82 wanted to start tonight's race, but nevertheless, he's got all the fenders on it. Gonna fight another day. Even if he does go down a lap, we got a caution coming later on. Get that lap back. Eddie Rose, thanks, man. Glad you like the graphics. I'm certainly enjoying them, too. Still trying to get everything dialed in, but glad it looks good on your end. Field already getting strung out here, lap 7 at Iowa. 33 of Will Hewitt settled down here a bit since the start of the race. Got into trouble off turn number 2 on the opening lap. Cars really weren't even up to speed yet, but a little slippery off the corner. Puts the 33 in the fence. Just a miracle that no one collected that car. A little bit of damage to the right front, but I think he'll get by. Actually, right rear damage as well. Back up front, Cody Harger continues to lead. Could tonight be the night where Cody puts the 66 in victory lane? Only 10 laps in, got a lot of race to run here, but so far so good for Cody Harger. About 5 car lengths back to the 16 of Hamilton Jr. Terry saying hello, go 86, Team Cole Ansley. Thanks for saying hi, Terry. Bolt running back in the 9th position right now. Sam, I'm not even going to try and pronounce that name, but thank you for checking in all the way from Australia. We've gone worldwide once again. Thanks for saying hello. Australia, but that certainly looks Greek to me. "13 laps in, Bobby Hamilton Jr. slowly starting to reel in the 66 Camry of Cody Harger. Down to about 3 car lengths as they work through turns 1 and 2. Sam, you're up awful early to be watching this. You on your way to work? Well, Sam, we appreciate you checking in and giving us a follow and watching a little bit of the race. Drive carefully, please. Wreck the car on the way in. Watching the battle for 5th here, David Bradford. Somewhere. Where is he? There he is. This is supposedly the battle for 3rd place. Gotta fix the graphic a little bit on that. There we go. Bradford running 5th, trying to track down the 54 of Justin Napier. He's there, half a car length off the back bumper. Into turn 1, David takes a look to the inside of the 54 machine. Napier rolls up high. On the back stretch they go. Another look from the 46 into turn number 3. (1:10 p.m. in Melbourne). It's 9 p.m. Tuesday here. Man, that's crazy. Justin Napier slips up the track again. Still a car length advantage over the 46 of David Bradford. .46 now down low, trying to make a move for the position. This is for the 4th spot. Justin hanging tough on that high line. Bradford gets to the door down the backstretch. A little bit later entry into 3 for the 46, but the 54 battling back again up high, able to carry a little bit more momentum, but no, Bradford clears him off the corner at the line. Bradford up to 4th. Further back in the pack, let's see what Brian Rose is doing. This is the battle for, I think, the 13th spot. Brian Rose getting by. Yeah, Brian Rose moved him to 13th. I don't know why it's saying battle for 10th. Next on the list for the 89 of Brian Rose is the 5 of Mark Truxell. Oh, big trouble. We got the 5 around. Caution is out.
You doing there, bud?
Take another look at it. Looks like it was the 5 of Mark Truxell. Little incidental contact between he and the 02 of Thomas McMullen. Wasn't a big wreck or anything, but enough to throw a yellow. With that, we're going to take a short break, and we'll be back after this. Pit stops underway here at Iowa. Only 25 laps in. 4 sets of tires for these guys to use over the wall this afternoon. Or this evening, I should say. Looks like our top 4, though, stayed out on the track. Justin Napier, Will Jones, Jason Spear, and Jeff Napier all opting to stay on the track, not take tires. Looks like everyone down pit lane took 4, maybe with the exception of Will Hewitt. Might have been repairs only on the 33 machine. Only a 6-second stop for 33 of Will Hewitt. Yes, Sam, things are still pretty well locked down over there, aren't they? Sorry, had to fix that. It was driving me nuts. Well, Sam, wish you guys the best and stay safe, stay healthy. Things are crazy here, but for totally different reasons. All right, lights are off atop the iRacing pace car. 27 laps in, getting the green here with 28 on the board. Justin Napier, Will Jones, Jason Spear, Cody Harger, Bobby Jr., your top 5. The top 3 did not take tires that last pit stop. Looks like a couple of guys that decided they were not going to pit, then changed their mind. Either way, pace car hits pit lane. We're going green, waiting on the 54. Justin's in the gas, green in the air. We're back and running here at Iowa Speedway. Justin Napier still with a lead, a car length back to the 56 of Will Jones. Bobby Jr. in third. Bobby's got fresh tires, already made up a spot since the restart. Bobby Hamilton Jr. with the lead off to turn 4. It's by the 54 of Justin Napier. 31 laps up on the board. The 54 now back to second, but another Hateful Chicken is in the lead. Will Jones losing a spot now, back to 4th. Neil Quick takes over the 3rd position. Neil Quick also on fresh tires. David Bradford now looking to the inside of Will Jones here. David Bradford moves up to the 5th position. Up front, though, Bobby Jr. puts quite the distance back to the 2 machine of Neil Quick. Almost a full second advantage to the 2nd place. Thomas McMullen, another 2.25 seconds maybe back. Top 3 getting pretty well spread out here early on since the restart. Jerry Cody definitely pit for tires, I believe, on the last pit stop, but my guess is maybe he's just trying to save them at this point. He was 12th, but now he's back up to 8th, so maybe not saving. Maybe just kind of got jockeyed back. Still early on, though. Don't panic. Plenty of time to work his way back to the front. The 66 certainly looked strong early. Started up near the front, led some laps. Actually, as I look closer, the 66 does have some damage on that machine. Don't see where he's been involved in anything, but I do have an indication Colt Ansley may have crashed. Let's go back and take a look at that, see what I can see what happened here. Colt Ansley down low in the 86. Trying to avoid something maybe with the 66. Let's take a look here. There it is. Cody Harger and one of the Spear brothers involved. There you go, Sherry. That's what happened with the 66, involved with the 83 of Jason Spear. Puts the 66 in the fence. The 86 gets involved as well. No caution, though. We stay under green, 40 laps in. Iowa 150. Bobby Jr., though, way out front, 1.2 seconds over Neil Quick. David Bradford now up to third. David's on the move. Thomas McMullen fourth, and Vincent Short, your top five. Vincent now putting pressure on the 0-2 of McMullen. He wants the fourth spot. Well, teammate Brian Rose looking inside the 15 of Vincent Short. Short looking down low. Once again, that high line does seem to be somewhat effective for defending a position. The 15, though, down low still, side by side. He doesn't have him clear just yet. Slides up the track, maybe a little contact with the 0-2 of McMullen. 8 tires provide more grip than 4, but still the 15's got to clear the 0-2 into 3. Not quite yet. Thomas McMullen battling back to the outside. Don't forget, these guys are going to be pseudo teammates next year. Thomas McMullen, David Bradford, and Will Jones moving on to Holly Boys Racing TV race team. Kind of a subsidiary or a technical alliance to HBR. 15 in the 0-2, though, battling hard here. 43 laps into the Iowa 150. Brian Rose wants no part of it. Just going to sit back, relax, and watch it unfold in case these two come together once again. Brian Rose kind of playing the long game. Good racecraft out of the driver of the 89. While all this going on here, looks like Bobby Hamilton Jr. has given up the lead. Neil Quick now back out front, battling with the 16 of Bobby Jr. Not sure what had happened. Maybe Bobby had a mistake, because he's still right there on the back bumper of the 2. Let's go back and take a look. Let's see what happened. How did the pass happen? Oh, let's go too soon here. Let's back way up. Bobby getting the fence? Doesn't look like it. Looks like Neil just ran him down. Still the case. Neil Quick gets by the 16 of Hamilton Jr., but we are under yellow. Possibly Colt Ansley again? No. Oh, no, this is a stage break. I should have known. So the top 5 after the stage, it looks like Neil Quick, Hamilton Jr., Bradford, Vincent Short, Thomas McMullen. Brian Rose was 6th. Didn't make the top 5 there, but that is your stage end. Field entering the pits. David Bradford, however, does stay out on the track. I believe David may be down a set as well as far as tires are concerned. Let me look back in my notes and see. Yeah, so David Bradford loses a set of tires for the balance of the season. These are all win-based penalties. Also gets an end-of-line penalty before the start of stage 2. So at the end of the stage, he will get an end-of-line penalty, so he'll be starting in the back. Will Jones will also receive an EOL at the start of the race, which he did. And he's also lost a set of tires for the balance of the season. So Will Jones and David Bradford seem to be the dominant pair so far this season in the Cup Series. Obviously had some wins in ARCA as well, but certainly performing quite well this season, especially on the Cup side in this new next-gen race car. Bradford, Short, and Truxell going to pit this time. Typically the pits would be closed here. I don't know if 15's just topping off. Bradford getting an EOL penalty anyway, so it didn't matter to him. Might as well stay out, lead the lap. Back out front, Neil Quick does get out of the pits first. Bobby Hamilton Jr., Thomas McMullen, Cody Harger back up into the top 5, and so is the 82 machine of Carson Conway. Carson did pit that time as well, so 82 machine up into the top 5. But Will Jones did take a set of tires on that stop, so he's on fresh rubber. He starts 6th. Justin Napier also pit, will restart from 7th. Jesse Bobo, Jason Spear, Will Hewitt, your top 10, all with fresh rubber. Even Brian Rose restarting 11th. Must have been a bad stop for Brian Rose. 25 seconds in the pits in his pit stall. Yeah, long pit stop for the 89. Not sure if there was some issues there, but again, still 100 laps to go. That was only stage number 1. Got a lot of racing left to see here tonight. Field formed up 2 by 2. Pace car lights are off. We're going green this time by. It'll be lap 51 when the green drops. Next stage ends at lap 90, so keep an eye out for there. Neil Quick in the throttle. Green flag is out. Immediately, the 16 of Bobby Jr. looking down low to try and make the move and pass for the lead on Neil Quick. Neil Quick up high. Bobby Jr.'s right there to his inside. Thomas McMullen in behind the 16. Four-way battle up front. Now Cody Harger looking underneath the 0-2 of Thomas McMullen. Move Cody to the second spot if he can get around. Off turn number 4, Thomas McMullen battling back on the outside. Keeps the second position, but while it goes on, Will Jones has moved up to 4th. Taking a peek to the outside of the 66. Now Thomas McMullen going for the lead off turn number 4. Move the 0-2 up front. Where did that car come from? Like it was shot out of a cannon. Now back down low. Cody Harger on the prowl trying to get that lead back. Lead change after lead change since the restart. Thomas McMullen keeps it. Lap 54 up on the board. Now Cody Harger taking a peek again for the top spot. Down low, Thomas McMullen, Cody Harger up high. Will Jones now 3rd place. Bobby Jr. slipped back to 4th. Now Cody around the outside, doesn't have the 0-2 cleared just yet. Thomas battling back down low. This is hard on these Goodyear Racing Eagles. I don't know how much longer they're going to want to do this before settling into a rhythm. Oh, the 0-2 slides up just a bit. The 56 has to get on the brakes, but Cody Harger to the point. Little mistake from the 0-2 with Thomas McMullen cost him that spot. Also cost the 56 of Will Jones a position as he had to get on the binders to avoid contact with the 0-2. Top 5, Harger, McMullen, Hamilton Jr., Jones, and Justin Napier. Everybody running different lines here at Iowa. A little high, a little low, a little in the middle. Cody Harger, though, back out front and in attack mode. 2 car lengths to the 0-2 of Thomas McMullen. As we suspected, they've all settled down. The top 5 not in major attack mode anymore. Got to save those Goodyear Racing Eagles for a little bit later on in the run. And this stage will end at lap number 90. Good, we'll get pit service, and they should be good to go to the end, but that is a long way to go on one set of tires in that final stage. While we've got the time, let's go through the field. Cody Harger started up front as a result of Will Jones having to start in the back. Cody Harger been the leader for a little while, then got shuffled in the back, was involved in an incident, burned a faster pair here in the first stage, but on the 66. Aggressively finds himself back in P1. Second position, Thomas McMullen, the 02, the Prince of Pensacola. Murder Creek Distillery number 02 machine runs in the second position. Under attack now from Bobby Hamilton Jr. Looked real strong as well, was out front for a bit. A little bit of damage on the right front fender of that number 16 Hateful Chicken machine. Will Jones, of course, receiving an EOL and deducted one set of tires for the balance of the season. Runs in the fourth spot, looking very strong here in the middle portions of tonight's event. Justin Napier, the Hateful Chicken, the other Hateful Chicken machine, the number 54 Hateful Chicken machine, running in the fifth spot. Had some time right up at the front, but finds himself comfortably in the top five. Will Hewitt, the number 33 Fiver Chevrolet. Incident on lap one off of turn number 2. Found himself collected in the safer barrier. Was able to get by, straighten the car out, not get collected by anyone else. Finds himself back up in the 6th position. So far, a good run for Will Hewitt. Jesse Bobo in the number 7 Mountain Dew machine is running a little late from work, I guess, but made it just in time. Didn't get any practice per se, but made the race and is running well up in the 7th position. Brian Rose making a move underneath Jesse Bobo for that 7th position. Brian running a new paint job here, new paint scheme. Second race out, I think, with this Track Bar Media paint job. Real sharp car, but got to put that thing in victory lane here. Also some damage showing on the right front fender of that machine. Jason Spear in the 83 machine down low below Jesse Bobo there. Jason was Spear Motorsports. That's the paint on that machine. Jesse involved with a little incident with, I think it might have been Cody Harger before the end of stage 1 that sent Harger into the fence. Jason Spear runs in the 8th position now. Colt Ansley, a tough night for Colt as well. Burned a fast repair early on, and then another incident, that same one involving Cody Harger. Damage to the right rear bumper and spoiler section of that machine. Finds himself running in the 10th position, just ahead of Carson Conway. Carson Conway was up front, maybe 5th place. I think he was running top 5 for a little bit of damage to the rear of that machine as well. So far, these cars really do look like they've run a short track. I know it's only a 7/8 mile. A fast short track, but Carson running well, making a pass for position on Colt Ansley. Alan DeFries, we lost Alan, there he is. The number 71, a very patriotic paint scheme. Alan always runs that paint job here in the Cup Series. Never get tired of that one. Looking good here in the number 71. Alan runs 12th. Just behind Vincent Short is the 15 machine, the Royal Crown, that Buddy Baker paint scheme from back in the day. It looks pretty sharp. Vincent was running well up front with David Bradford for a bit. This is the most recent cycle of pit stops. Shuffled him back towards the near end of the pack. Just behind Vince is Jeff Napier, the number 40. He's running the Superior Class Auto Racing NASCAR Cup Series livery. Mark Truxell in the 5. Bill Tate's Cupcakes Chevy Camaro runs 15th. And Neil Quick all the way back to the 16th position. Not sure if Neil's just saving tires because he was very strong early on. Same thing with David Bradford. David's running 17th, the last car on the track. Remember, he is down one set, so he's going to have to nurse these a long way if he's going to have a clean, fresh set of Goodyears to get him to the finish. That's your full field rundown. Cody Harger still leads. Bobby Hamilton Jr. second. Thomas McMullen third. Will Jones, Justin Napier the top 5. 71 laps up on the board. Top three all relatively close, running similar lap times, all within a tenth or two of each other. I will say within that top three, though, Bobby Hamilton Jr. is the fastest, at least that last lap. Now, all that could be the aid of the 66, giving a little bit of a draft down the straightaway. Bobby's far enough back that it's not giving him too much dirty air in the corners, but maybe enough to give him a little more top end down the back straightaway. Lap and a half away from halfway here at Iowa Speedway, the Iowa 150 Superior Class Auto Racing NASCAR Cup Series. Cody Harder continues to lead. We're watching this battle here for the second spot between Bobby Hamilton Jr. and Thomas McMullen. Thomas hasn't really gotten any further back than a car length and a half. Can't really seem to seal the deal. Needs a little bit of help, maybe a push from behind, some drafting help. Maybe Bobby Jr. to catch the 66 and start fighting with him, but right now, oh, Bobby Jr. in the fence. That'll certainly help. That kills the momentum on the 16. Thomas McMullen looking low into turn number one. He's going to move up to the second position. Not sure how much damage the 16 machine of Bobby Hamilton Jr. is going to have. Bobby Jr. just drifted up a little bit too far off of turn number four the last lap. Put it in the fence, damaged that right side just a tick more. Certainly going to affect the side force on the side of that Ford Mustang. All the while, Cody Harder extending that lead. It's a full second back to Thomas McMullen. Thus far, though, Thomas, our biggest mover on the field, up 12 positions from where he started. Watching a battle between Will Jones and Justin Napier now as they work through 3 and 4. Justin about a car length off the 56 of Will Jones. Will Jones still running fourth. Little slip by the 56, gets Napier right on the back bumper of Will Jones. Let's see if he can do anything with it. Into turns 1 and 2. 56 up into the loose stuff. Justin Napier dropping it down low. Will Jones maybe giving up the position here, really trying to save those racing eagles that are underneath that machine. Again, Will down a full set of tires, going to need to conserve until the end of the race. Bolt on that last set and really go for it. So far doing a good job maintaining fourth position even with that mistake made. Justin Napier remains a car length back. Caution is out. Looks like Carson Conway, unfortunately, with an issue. Take a look at it. 82 Popple machine up high. Just through turn number 4. The 82 is way too high on exit here. Gets into the marbles, into the loose stuff. Really, so does Colt Ansley. Colt slides up, makes contact with the 82. Carson goes around. Right in front of Mark Truxell. Does Mark avoid this? Barely. Good job by the 5 of Mark Truxell to get through. want to rewind this again and watch it from the onboard perspective of Neil Quick. We'll go full speed. This is the roof cam on the 2 of Neil Quick. Up ahead, you see Ansley and Conway. Gets through it. Watch it from Mark Truxall's view. Mark down in the low lane, slides off the corner. These two make contact. Good job, number 5, for not getting involved in that one. Very nicely done, Mark. So we've got some takers, and we've got some not takers. As far as pit lane is concerned, Cody Harger, Thomas McMullen, Bobby Jr., Will Jones, Vincent Short, Ellen DeFries, David Bradford stayed out on the track. I'm not surprised about Bradford or Will Jones. Again, they don't really have a set to play with here, so this really does help them conserve the set that they've got bolted on right now, make it to the end of the stage. The stage end here, of course, at lap 90. These guys gambling a little bit, trying to get a set of tires on and what it can do for them in track position here with less than 8 laps left in the stage. Pace car lights are still on. We're going to take a short break and be back after this. Welcome back to Iowa Speedway. Pace car lights are off. We're going to be going green the next time by. That'll be lap 86 to go up on the board as we get the green. 4 laps to end of the stage. Only 4 laps additional green flag laps on everybody who decided to take tires this time. I think those guys are gambling on a caution here in the final stage of this evening's event. If it does play out that way, kind of gives them the advantage. They've already got their pit service completed. They will not need to pit when the stage ends. They will, however, need that caution flag later on. Pace car leaves the racing surface. Cody Harger in the throttle. Green flag is waving. Cody Harger with a good jump. Thomas McMullen, though, still in that middle lane, not gaining any ground. Cody looked real strong through 1 and 2. 2 car lengths back to Thomas McMullen, 3 back to Will Jones. Cody Harger off turn number 4 once again. Field working off as well. Oh, trouble. 56 of Will Jones and Thomas McMullen involved off turn number 4. 88 laps in just before the stage is ending. Contact made with the 56 and the 02 of Thomas McMullen. Go back and take a look, see what it transpired. These two battling into the corner. This is turns 1 and 2. Yeah, contact made for sure there. I'm going to back that up one more time. Will Jones looking low. And these guys are going to be teammates next season. So, yeah, definitely contact made between the 56 and the 02. Sends the 02 around up into the fence. Will Hewitt narrowly escaping contact with that machine. Speaking of which, so I'd like to see that from Will's perspective. On board with Will Hewitt. This is the replay. Yeah, contact made. Man, just sneaks by the 0-2 of Thompson Bullen. Nicely done by Will Hewitt. Well, as we kind of said would happen, the stage is going to end here. All those that pit during the previous caution stay out, albeit Brian Rose has now moved himself into the number 1 position in the number 89 Track Bar Media Chevy Camaro. Car looks sharp out front, I have to say. So does the number 2 of Neil Quick, though. That machine, even though it's a Ford, does look pretty sharp. Neil driving that number 2 Quick Esports Ford Mustang. So as we said, that's going to officially end stage number 2. Our final stage, of course, ends at lap 150 at the end of the race. Field working through the dogleg right now into turn number 1. Field formed up 2 by 2. Lights are off. The iRacing pace car. Restart will come at lap 93. We said in practice, these guys could really only go about 45 laps on a set of tires.
Green flag.
Green in the air, Brian Rose off and running. Good restart by the 89. Neil Quick in the second position. Jeff Napier now taking over second position on into turn number 1. Neil Quick working around the outside, going to have the momentum off turn number 2. Napier not quite clear of the 2 machine as he works to the outside. Brian Rose now up in the high side, getting some pressure from the 2 of Neil Quick. Brian Rose settling in. A car length back to the 2 of Neil Quick. Neil Quick to the outside of Brian Rose, putting a challenge on for the lead position here. Lap 95 of 150. Very cleanly done, the two. As Neil Quick goes back to P1. Brian Rose now second place. Coming into the fold, though, Mark Truxell, the 5. Mark now running in the 3rd position. 4th, Colt Ansley. 5th, Jeff Napier. Oh, we've got trouble on the front stretch. Jesse Bobo involved. Maybe Cody Harger as well. Well, let's go take a look at it, see what happened. Already in progress here. Let's back it up a little further. Cody Harger in the 66 down in the low lane. Pushing up just a bit. Jesse Bobo kind of staying put. No, just Cody Harger just slides up into the 7. Catches him in the door. Both cars spin down through the dogleg grass. Of course, they make contact again afterwards in the grass. Straightens out the 66. Puts us under caution once again. Now, we see Neil Quick pitting here. I'm not sure. Does he pit? I thought he pit 10 laps ago, but maybe not. From what I understand, it sounds like Will Hewitt been bitten by the iRacing pit stop glitch. It was supposed to have been fixed in the last update. Apparently it has not been. He gets stuck in the pits and it burns all your tires at once. Definitely a tough break for the 33. Looked real strong all evening long. Worked tire strategy to be up near the front. Timed it right and then just gets stuck. Through this cycle of pit stops, it's going to move Brian Rose again back to P1. He will have command as we go back for a restart. Might be lap 102. Lights are still on atop the iRacing pace car. We're going to go at least another lap before we get the 1 to go. Still some damage to the right front of that number 89 machine. I'm not sure if that was really hurting him or not. A little bit of a wrinkle on that right front fender. right, field forming up 2 by 2 here. Lights are off. The pace car getting ready to go back to the green flag. Lap 103 when we get back underway. Rose, Ansley, Jeff Napier, Jason Spear, Bobby Jr., your top 5. Carson Conway, 6th. Vincent Short, 7th. Bradford, 8th. Jones, 9th. Thomas McMullen, 10th. Pace car is in.
Green flag.
Ryan Rose waits a little bit, but then gets in the gas. The 89 down and away. Old Ansley looking to cut across the nose of the 40 of Jeff Napier. Nope, 40 drives it in there pretty deep into turn number 1. Gets real loose. Saves it, moves him back to the 4th position. Cole Ansley with a run down the back straightaway, looking for a position for the lead into turn number 3. Gets it readily, fires right by the 89 of Brian Rose, but Brian Rose looking for the crossover down to the inside at the stripe into turn number 1. Can he get the position back? Cole Ansley takes the middle high line, gets the momentum through the corner, off turn number 2, down the back straightaway. Now Brian Rose under pressure from the 83 machine of Jason Spear. 4th still Bobby Hamilton Jr. 5th now Vincent Short. Old Ansley works off 4 across the line here, still has the lead at Iowa Speedway. Brian Rose still 2nd, car length to 2 back. Jason Spear just a car length behind the 89. Sorry, the 83. Oh, and the 89. Top 3 cars all on about the same age tires. Then you have Bobby Hamilton Jr., Vincent Short, pretty much everyone else thereafter on fresher rubber than the leaders. Jason Spear driving that number 83 machine in awful deep, a little loose through mid-corner, saves it, slides it up the track, may hit the wall, nope, clears it. Somehow made that work, has momentum into the corner into turn number 1, but Bobby Jr. almost clips the left rear. 83 is Spear looking to the outside of Brian Rose. Bobby Jr. now tucked in behind the 89. Vincent Short watching it all unfold, but don't pay too much attention. The 2 of Neil Quick wants inside the 15. Another wiggle out of the 83 is Spear. Bobby Hamilton Jr. has to swing down low to avoid making contact. Now Neil Quick involved. Big battle here for these positions. 2nd place through 6th place. While it all unfolds, Old Ansley gets away. We're going to stay with this battle. This is where it's at right now. Bobby Hamilton Jr. is shuffled back to the 5th position. Now Vincent Short wants it from him. Vince in the 15, trying up on the high side, building some momentum, try to yank a move around the 16 of Bobby Hamilton Jr. off turn number 4. Nothing doing there. Neil Quick now to the inside. Jason Spear, 83, that blue machine, that Toyota Camry up in the middle lane. Neil Quick works his way down low, now putting pressure on the 89 of Brian Rose. Big time pressure on the 89 of Brian Rose. Neil Quick off turn number 4. Only a car length back from the 89. Just needs to set up that track bar media Chevy Camaro and make his way around. And Ford Mustang looking awful stout off turn number 2. Down the backstretch, he's side by side with the 89 and might clear him into 3. Yes, he does. Move Neil Quick. Quick Esports Ford Mustang up to 2nd position. Already putting 2 car lengths, 3 car lengths on the 89 and moving into the gap. The 86. 2 car lengths back from Colt Ansley. Neil Quick is on the charge to the front. Lap 113 of 150 to go. Down to a car length. Neil Quick is strong. Looking through turns 3 and 4. He is there. One more lap. We're going to have a battle for the lead. Colt Ansley has it. Neil Quick wants it desperately. Moving into turns 1 and 2. Little bump from the 2. Neil Quick into Colt Ansley off of turn number 2. Down the back straightaway. Just saying hi. How are you? I'm here. Down to the bottom goes the number 2. Side by side with Colt Ansley through turns 3 and 4. They exit the corner. Colt up high, trying to use as much racetrack as he can to build momentum. Neil Quick will lead that lap. Turn number 1, though. Neil Quick clears the 86. Move the number 2 to P number 1. Little wiggle from Colt Ansley off turn number 2. And Brian Rose into the 3rd spot, making a move. Trying to take the 2nd position away now from Colt Ansley. Did Colt burn up his tires already? There's a long way to go before this race is said and done. Little wiggle from the 89 now, under attack from the 16 of Bobby Hamilton Jr. Again, Neil Quick loving this. It's giving him the opportunity to put a little bit of a distance back to the 86. It's 6/10 the advantage for the 2-car at this point in the race. Down the backstretch they go. It's Quick, Ansley, and Hamilton Jr., Vincent Short, and Brian Rose, your top 5. And breathe. A lot of action to call here since that restart. Good to see. These guys are definitely in race mode now. It's late in the afternoon, late in the evening. Definitely go time. Speaking of go time, Bobby Jr. now half a car length off the 86, taking a look down low off of turn number 4. He wants the 2nd position. He has it at the start-finish line. Now can he track down Neil Quick? He's got just over a second to make up, just to make it to the back bumper of the number 2 machine. Meanwhile, Vincent Short up in 4th, trying to put some pressure on the 86 himself. And Vincent Short wants that top 3 position. Vincent Short looks stout. Just about half a tenth quicker than Colt Ansley that last lap. Lap 120 goes up on the board this time by. It's a little bit quicker now for Colt Ansley. Again, half a tenth. Loses it, gains it, loses it, gains it. Vincent Short, though, I'm sure would love to get around that 86 machine and move that number 15 into a top 3 running position. But Jason Spear and the 83 in behind Vincent Short as well. And here comes Will Jones and David Bradford, teammates for next year, working their way through traffic. Will Jones sliding up a little bit into the high lane, trying to find a route that's going to work, make some time. David Bradford, though, down low. Both of these guys with a ton of experience within the system, within the service, running very different lines in different corners for both of these drivers. Somehow both of them working out to their advantage. We'll have to see what tires have left for them at the end of the race. Bradford taking a look now inside the number 56 of Jones, while Vincent Short trying to do the same with Colt Ansley. Short gave up some time on exit of 3 and 4 there, right at the back bumper of the 86, but had to give it up. For all that, Brian Rose is now back to the 9th position. I'm not sure what happened there. I didn't see him pit. I didn't see him crash. I didn't even see him get passed, but he was up battling up front with the leaders for a little while. But here we have David Bradford now going to the inside of Vincent Short off turn number 2. He's got him clear. Moved Bradford in the 4th spot. Now working on the 86 of Colt Ansley into turn 3. Or is he? Vincent Short battling back on the low side off turn number 4. Nope, the momentum will carry the 46. Tucked to the back bumper of Colt Ansley. 26 laps to go here at Iowa. Neil Quick still leading. Neil Quick leading by a healthy margin, over a second still, back to the 16 of Bobby Hamilton Jr. While David Bradford has gotten around the 86 of Colt Ansley. Mason Spear having a good run in the 5th position. He's still in that number 83 Toyota Camry. Running top 5 here late in the running. Laps to go. Vincent Short dropping back just slightly here. Not sure if he's burned up those tires, battling for position. Brian Rose looking to an outside move. Nope, nothing there for him. Justin Napier has gotten around Vincent Short, so move Justin up into 6th position. And just as we talk about David Bradford, he caught the 16 in a hurry and passed. David Bradford moving up to the 2nd spot, 23 laps to go. 2.5 seconds to the lead of Neil Quick. Can he track him down and pass him in that amount of time? Anybody can do it. It's the 46 of David Bradford. We're going to have to wait and see. 22 laps to go from Iowa. David Bradford is putting down quicker lap times than leader Neil Quick. Neil Quick on about 10 lap newer tires, though. We're only talking less than a tenth, but the caution is out with 20 laps to go. Jeff Napier, Alan DeFries involved. Let's try to see what happened here at the Hateful Chicken instant replay. Like Allen was going by the 40. The 40 maybe slipped up the track. Hard to say from that particular angle. Now from the initial replay, it looked like incidental contact. At the end of that replay, maybe not. Napier slides up the track into the 71, who was clearly quicker, but the 71 just comes down and right rears the 40. At least that's how I see it. Well, here's the opportunity we talked about, a caution late in the stage with guys that still had tires left in the pits. See if they can make it work out. Looks like Colt Ansley has gotten out ahead of everyone else on that pit stop, maybe left sides, or I'm sorry, right sides only. Real short stop for the 86 and the 15. It was right side tires for Colt, right side tires for Vincent Short. Everyone else behind, though, Neil Quick, Bradford, Bobby Jr., the top 5, all have fresh 4 tires on their machines. 19 laps to go. I think that's going to show. Looking at it, everyone on the lead lap, all the way back to 15th, Jeff Napier, hit that lap, and it appears they all had tires to use, whether it was 2 or 4. Again, the top 2 are the only ones that look like they may have only taken 2. Just basing this off of the pit stop time itself. Again, Colt Ansley just over 8 seconds. Vincent Short just over 9 seconds. Everybody else in that 14, 15 second category. So fresh rubber for all these guys. Say maybe a 16 lap shootout to the finish. Eddie Rose, when you're hot, you're hot. I have no idea what you're talking about, my friend. Is that in regards to the Alan DeFreeze, Jeff Napier situation, or something totally different that I'm just not catching? By the way, is this the first night we haven't heard from Anna Garza? She's like a loyal supporter here. I'm surprised we haven't heard from Anna yet. I'm gonna start taking attendance. Saw the Hateful Chicken said hello. Well, that's a plus. Go through Track Bar, Holly Boys, Eddie Rose, Linda, Barry, Sam, EHC, Gary. Huh. Yeah, no Don Harger either. Lights are out. Pace car hits the pit lane. It's going to be a 15-lap shootout to the finish. Colt Ansley in the throttle. Vincent Short second. Neil Quick third. Bradford fourth and Bobby Jr. fifth. Don't forget these top two on 2 tire stop only. Everybody else on 4. Caution out already, though. Big trouble looks like McMullen. Justin Napier. Alan DeFreeze maybe again. Justin just loses it all by his lonesome, clips the 89 of Brian Rose, and just collects the 02 hard. Alan DeFreeze come in and get a piece of this as well. Yes, he does, late. Watch it one more time. Really nowhere for the 71 to go. Tried to check up, just couldn't stop in time. Well, we'll take this opportunity to take another short break and a message from the Hateful Chicken. Welcome back to Iowa Speedway. We've got 12 laps to go. Lights are still on the pace car, so another time around before we get the 1 to go signal. Looks like we're going to have a 10-lap shootout to settle it here at Iowa. These guys can avoid the wall and a yellow flag. A 10-lap shootout is what we'll have. Yeah, I don't know if we're having an issue, but the pace car lights are still on. I would have expected it to be on the 1 to go at this point, so maybe we've got a 9-lap shootout to the finish. There we go. Lights are off on the pace car, which means we're going to go green the next time by with 9 laps to go here from Iowa Speedway. Going to be a fight to the finish here with 9 laps to go. Better grab the popcorn. We are in Iowa, by the way. Battle it out between Cole Ansley, Vincent Short, David Bradford, Neil Quick, and Bobby Hamilton Jr. That is your top 5. Battle seems to be between them, but some surprises could certainly come through and steal a victory here depending on what happens. The green flag is in the air. The 86 and the 15 line up. Again, on older tires, they've only got right sides. 15 gets right into the 86, spins, no, doesn't spin, saves it, but no. Cole Ansley catches the 83. We got big trouble off turn number 2. Cole Ansley almost had it saved, but comes down in front of the field. Contact with the 15 of Vincent Short. Well, let's take a look at that again. Definitely contact made by the 15. Look at it from a closer angle here. Definitely a bit of a bump. Holt almost has it saved. Bradford sneaks by on the inside. Jason Spear just clips the left front of the 86. That's all that happened. It is what it is at that point. Will Jones getting involved. Big hit by the 83. And unfortunately, some tough luck. Bad break by the 86. Contact with the 15 of Vincent Short. Rewind it again here. We'll watch it in the slow motion. Yeah, Sherry, I would have to agree. I mean, that's no two ways about it. Intentional or accidental. That was a yellow flag caused by the 15. It is hard racing. It is late in the race, but nevertheless, we're under caution because of it. Retains his position, though. We'll see what happens if the officials deem it necessary or not. Again, rule of thumb is if you cause a caution, you got to call it out and say, yep, that's on me. And then to the back you would normally go. The only argument from a driver's perspective that I could see there was maybe Colt got in a little more passively than typical. I don't know. It's tough to say. I'm not in the driver's seat. That could be the argument, but we're going to have to wait and see, because if it's determined that Vincent A caused the caution, which it looks like he didn't call out his EOL, officials could look at that post-race. I'm not sure. I'm not an admin in this series, but could be looked at. Caution light is off. We're going to get a restart here with 3 laps to go. Fortunately, cautions breed cautions. We've said that many times in many different races and many different series. It holds true across all of them. Here we have it. We've had 3 yellows in a row to finish off the race so far. Of course, we've got overtime if we need it. These guys bunched up and the trophy on the line. We're going to have to see if they can make it all the way, at least to the white flag. Then the white flag comes out. If the leader takes the white, that makes it an official race. All right, pace car hits the pit lane. Vincent Short in the gas. Restart is made. 3 laps to go. Out front of 15 of Vincent Short. Second place, Neil Quick. David Bradford looking to his inside so far. The 15 off and running with a good advantage down the back straightaway. Neil Quick still looking strong, but David Bradford on the attack down low. 46 Natural Light Toyota Camry wants that second spot. If he can get it, he might have something for the 15, but the 2 of Neil Quick looking awful stout here at Iowa. Really everybody working their way towards the front. The 2, the 46, the 16, the 89, all in contention here with a lap and a half to go. Cars work their way into turns 3 and 4. Still a battle for the second spot between these 2. Vincent Short makes a mistake. Comes off turn 4. Neil Quick's going to get by. Final lap. White flag is in the air. Surprise turn of events. Neil Quick takes the lead after a mistake from the 15 of Vincent Short off turn number 4. Down the backstretch, the final time into turn number 3. It's between Quick and Bradford, the 2 and the 46 off turn number 4 for the final time. Checkered flag waving. Neil Quick's going to do it side by side with David Bradford. Second is David Bradford. Third, Vincent Short. Mark Truxell is 4th, and Bobby Hamilton Jr. finishes 5th. What a turn of events. And unofficially, Vincent Short marked as the 3rd place finisher. Neil Quick completes his celebration on the front stretch. We're going to take a short break and a message from the Hateful Chicken, and we'll be back with our top 3. Welcome back to Iowa Speedway. The race is in the books. Our winner, Neil Quick. Second place, David Bradford. And unofficially, third place, Vincent Short. We're going to pull Neil Quick into the broadcast booth and get a word with our winner once again. Neil Quick, Steve Singer with HBR TV in the booth. Do you got a copy?
Yeah, Steve, how you doing tonight?
Not as good as you, my friend. Once again, putting the number 2 R&R Racewear Ford Mustang in victory lane. Tell us about what unfolded there, a dramatic finish here at Iowa Speedway.
Man, that was crazy. There, some of those restarts where guys had some tire or used tires, and some guys had some new tires. You just had to go. The tire fall off was really quick, but man, those last few laps, that was pretty crazy. Vince got out front and had a good run going, and fortunately for me, he kind of slipped up, made a mistake coming off of 4, and just kind of crossed him over and went down low, and David was there and didn't want to get into him, but that was exciting. That was a fun race.
Well, I will say the mistake by Vince Short off of 4, I don't know how you managed to avoid it. It was awful close, so kudos to you on that. Also keeping your foot in the throttle. How close was it from your view?
It was close. I was afraid I was going to get him in the left rear, and then either that or just cutting over, getting loose, and getting down into David and causing a mess there. So it was exciting from in car, that's for sure. It was one of those heart-stopping moments.
Well, Neil, congratulations again. It's another victory in the Superior Class Auto Racing League. I think this is the first Cup win, though, isn't it?
Yeah, this is the first Cup win. Got a super late model race win a couple weeks ago.
So, new guy to the scene. He gets a super late win, gets a Cup win. Congratulations. Force to be reckoned with going forward. Before we let you go, Neil, anybody that you need to thank that helps you get things done here?
Thanks to you guys for the broadcast, and R&R Racewear, and Michael Coulter Designs painted my car. But it was great to get to race with all these guys tonight. David, all them guys. It was really a blast tonight.
All right. Well, thanks, Neil. And if we don't chat before the holiday, Merry Christmas and Happy New Year.
Yeah, to everybody out there, everybody have a Merry Christmas and Happy Holidays. Enjoy it with your families. Thanks.
Our winner, Neil Quick, in the number 2 Ford Mustang, brings it home P number 1 here at Iowa. Next up, we'll go to David Bradford, fresh off a win from last night. Second place here tonight at Iowa Speedway. David Bradford, it's Steve Singer in the HBR booth. You got a copy?
Yeah, buddy.
David, tell us about it, man. We just talked to Neil about the chaos that ensued in the last laps of the event. How did it look out the windshield of that number 46 Natty Light Toyota Camry?
Well, definitely was up and down night. I felt like I was really good in the first stage. Felt like I probably could have won the first stage if the green had stayed out for a while. Second stage, I just had to putt around a little bit and hold on to that set of tires so I'd have an extra set, 'cause I just had a feeling that we were going to have a late race caution. Thank God I did. Just kept me in contention tonight to score some good points. And then this last one here, to me, it looked like the 15 got up into the 86. I mean, I don't know. Have to go back and look at it, I guess. So that'll be one for them to call.
Yeah, looking at the replay, the 15 definitely got into the 86. It's a tough call. I mean, he drove it in deep, but it is what it is. I was wondering the same thing, because typically we got to call out our cautions. Didn't seem to happen, but I'm sure the officials will take a peek at it post-race.
Yeah, we'll see what they say. Yeah, is what it is. If it happens, it happens. Can't argue with second, especially when I'm in the position I'm in with 3 wins. Trying not to lose another set of tires. I mean, this was as good as a win tonight. Making sure Neil earned it and having a good battle with him. That was fun.
Yeah, Neil Quick, a newcomer to the league at least. We're familiar with him, but he's making waves. He's got a super late model win and now a Cup win. Certainly a competitor to be dealt with out on track. Good to see you guys battling and racing clean. Congratulations to you, David. Again, anybody that you need to thank before we let you
go? Gotta thank all the guys at Anheuser-Busch. It's the last race with this car, the sponsor. They've been good to me for quite a long time. So just change the way they're doing things, and won't be back on the car after this. So thank those guys. Thank Dad and George. Everybody that's watching back at the house. The Hateful Chicken, of course, putting it on. Hopefully we put on a pretty good show for them tonight.
Certainly did, David, and thank you for joining us. Congratulations. If we don't talk to you, Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, Kwanzaa, the whole 9 yards.
Thanks, buddy.
See ya. It's David Bradford, your second place finisher here tonight in the Iowa 150. Last but not least, let's go to Vincent Short. Vincent, Steve in the HBR TV booth. You got a copy?
I got you, Steve.
Vince, walk us through it, man. You were in good contention there. You were restarted second. Car looked real strong late in the run in contact with, I think it was the 86 getting into turn number 1. Incidental, or did you just drive it in too deep? Level with me. What happened?
Going in all night on the restarts, I was able to get it to stick going into that turn, so I wasn't worried. I backed off the throttle. I just wasn't using the brake because it was holding. I just wasn't expecting him to check up as much. I do apologize to Colt, man. I don't like to do dirty crap like that, especially in that instance. So I do apologize for that. But going into that turn, I knew I could hold it down without using the brake, so I was just going to let it coast and then drive off because that's where I was getting my runs.
Yeah, the 86 certainly not pleased, and he showed the displeasure post-race. You didn't react. That's good to see. Just kind of let him blow off the steam. It is what it is. It's hard racing. It's for a win here late in the going, and unfortunately it didn't work out for the 86. You finished third. A mistake made off of turn number 4, it appears. Tell us what happened there.
Yeah, total newbie move there. I backed it down too much going to that turn. I wanted a really good entry so I could get a really good runoff, and I backed it off too much and got a little too deep, and when I drove off, it just pushed. That's all on me, and I tried to call it out, but I couldn't get to my mic quick enough. I was just glad Neil and Dave were able to go around me without collecting me.
Well, Vince, again, congratulations on the third place finish. I'm sure the officials are probably going to look at it, but hope it holds up for you. If not, we'll go back and get them the next time. If we don't talk to you, have a good Christmas, a good New Year's, and be safe out there.
Yeah, Merry Christmas to everybody. I want to thank my wife, Nikki, and my family for supporting me through this and watching on our HBR TV. Thank HBR TV. Hateful Chicken, especially, for sponsoring this series, Scar Series, #1 series on iRacing. Holler Boys Racing. Of course, the car, I'm not running the Air Force car tonight, but I wanted to thank all my family and, of course, my nephew, Landon, who I know usually watches, my sister, Jessie, and my brother, Kyle. I love you guys. I'll see you soon. Merry Christmas to everybody.
All right, Vince, thanks again, and congratulations on the third spot. Have a good rest of your night.
Thank you, Steve.
Third place, Vincent Short. Again, the officials probably going to take a peek at that one. The incident with himself and the 86 of Colt Ansley, which unfortunately basically spun the 86. It took him a while to do it. He almost had the car saved, but got collected by the 83 as the leader, possibly taking a win away from the 86. Would he have been able to hold him off? Well, we'll never know. Neil Quick ends up in victory lane. David Bradford second, and of course Vincent Short crosses the line third. Just have to see what happens. We'll keep everybody updated post-race if anything changes. Well, we've got everybody's attention, though, of course. Let's go over our race results. Officially, again, Neil Quick is your winner, the #2. First Cup win in his Scar career. Second overall league win against Super Late Model win that he had recently. He chalks up a Cup Series win in the series. David Bradford was second. Vincent Short listed as third. Mark Truxell fourth. Bobby Hamilton Jr., your top 5. Brian Rose in the 89, a hard-fought night for that driver of the 89, that track bar media machine. Looked real strong, battling up for the top 3 for a little while, but shuffled back deep in the pack, worked his way back through. The late race incident certainly helped. Also, Carson Conway, teammate, finishes in the 7th position in the number 82. Jeff Napier, a good solid finish for the 40. 8th spot for Jeff. 9th was Will Jones after being down a whole set of tires for tonight's event. Also got caught up in, I think, the late race incident with the 86. Definitely did not help the chances for Will Jones. Jesse Bobo brings it home 10th. Justin Napier, the other Hateful Chicken entry, was 11th. Cody Harger, who again looked strong at the beginning, caught up in a couple of different issues, finishes in the 12th position. Jason Spear, collecting the 86 of Colt Ansley in that last caution, finishes in the 13th position. 14th, of course, Colt Ansley. 15th, Thomas McMullen, also involved in some incidents that he really just couldn't avoid. Alan DeFries was 16th, and Will Hewitt falling victim to another iRacing glitch, getting stuck in the pit lane and burning up all those tires. A tough break for the 33 as he looked real strong. had the strategy worked out and ready to go. Just didn't work out in the end for the 33. Well, that's going to about wrap it up from Iowa Speedway. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in and watching. Please like, share, follow, subscribe. Those like buttons, all that stuff, it makes a difference. It helps the platforms decide who gets to see the stream, who isn't already following it. They like tossing things around to see who's going to bite. It helps us at the channel. It helps us at Facebook, helps us at YouTube. Whatever you can do, like, share, subscribe, everything, the whole 9 yards. And with that, again, I thank you for watching. Happy holidays to everyone. And if we don't see you before the new year, which I think we're going to, have a good, happy new year. Be safe, everybody. Thanks for watching. See you next time.